Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will see how to determine the inverse Z transform using long division method. So the question is given as determine the inverse Z transform using long division method of h of z is equal to z minus 1.2 into z plus 0.7 into z plus 0.4 divided by z minus 0.2 into z minus 0.8 into z plus 0.5. So basically this particular system is already in factorized form. The numerator is already factorized and the denominator is already factorized. But the factorized result of a system function is useful in case of partial fraction technique. But in case of long division method, the numerator as well as the denominator must be written in the form of polynomial. So what we will do is that we will multiply the numerator altogether and the denominator also. So finally we got h of z is equal to z cube minus 0.1 z square minus 1.04 z minus 0.336 whole divided by z cube minus 0.5 z square minus 0.34 z plus 0.08. So basically we need to determine the inverse Z transform for two ROC conditions. The first condition is mod z greater than 0.8 and the second one is mod z less than 0.2. We will divide this particular numerator with the help of this denominator, and we need to keep in mind is that if we are calculating for a causal sequence, that means mod z greater than 0.8, we should always write the numerator as well as denominator in the form of highest to lowest power of z. You can see here the denominator or divisor is written as z cube minus 0.5 z square minus 0.3 z plus 0.08 z to the power 0. So the order is 3, 2, 1, 0, high to low. In the same way, the dividend or the numerator is written as z cube minus 0.1 z square minus 1.04 z to the power 1 minus 0.336 z to the power 0. So we have to follow this sequence highest to lowest power of z always. Now, so we go on performing the long division and we can see that this is a never-ending division, and finally we got the result as 1 plus 0.4 z inverse plus 0.5 z to the power minus 2 plus something into z to the power minus 3 and so on. We can see all the power of z is negative. So as we have learned in the first class of the Z transform that for a right side sequence the power of z is always negative, or you can say for a causal sequence the power of z is always negative. So we can extract the samples from this particular Z transform as h of n is equal to 1, 0.4, 0.5 and so on. Now this particular sequence can also be written in the form of impulses, as h of n is equal to, so for 1 it is del of n, for 0.4 z inverse it is 0.4 z del of n minus 1, for 0.5 z to the power minus 2 it is 0.5 del of n minus 2 and so on. So basically to solve this particular question we need to remember two important Z transform pairs as the Z transform of del of n is always equal to 1 and the Z transform of del of n minus k is always equal to z to the power minus k, which is a shifting property of Z transform, and the same property is used here. So finally the inverse Z transform is h of n in the form of impulses and in the form of list. Now let us see if the region of convergence is given as mod z is less than 0.2. That means this indicates it is for anti-causal sequence. In that case, we need to write down the divisor as well as dividend, or you can say the numerator as well as denominator in the form of lowest to highest power of z. So you can see here minus 0.336 z to the power 0, minus 1.04 z to the power 1, minus 0.1 z to the power 2 plus z to the power 3. So we have written it in the form of lowest to highest power of z. In the same way the divisor is written as 0.08 z to the power 0 minus 0.34 z to the power 1 minus 0.5 z to the power 2 plus z to the power 3, lowest to highest order. Now once we will perform the long division, we can see it is also a never ending division, and we finally get the result as minus 4.2 minus 30.85z minus 158.613z to the power 2 and so on. So the result has positive power of z, and basically in the second class of Z transform we have seen that all the power of Z is positive for an anti-causal sequence or for a left side sequence. So finally we can write the inverse Z transform H of n as minus 4.2 comma minus 30.85 comma minus 158.613 and so on, and this is the value at origin. And the same sequence can be written in the form of impulses as H of n is equal to minus 4.2 del of n minus 4.2 del of n, then minus 30.85 del of n plus 1 because we have positive power of z, then minus 158.613 del of n plus 2 and so on. So the important Z transform pair we need to remember here is the Z transform of del of n is always equal to 1 and the Z transform of del of n plus k is always equal to z to the power plus k. That means positive power of z, which is also a shifting property of Z transform. So in this way we can determine the inverse Z transform using long division method for two different conditions, one for causal and another for anti-causal system. Thank you.